I'm doing a video on stainless steel and how to clean it. Believe it or not, stainless steel will rust. If you cut the oxygen off to stainless steel, it'll rust. So my other boat had chain plates, which were stainless steel flat bar that went along the side of the hull for the standing rigging. And when I moved my boat from Santa Cruz, California up to San Francisco Bay, it was pretty rough. And so the boat was pounding into the waves. I was motoring and I was basically just punching through these huge waves. And when I got to San Leandro, that's where I was headed in the San Francisco Bay, I had noticed that there was all this rust streaks on my hull just below the chain plates. And so what happens is anywhere that the stainless steel is touching something, like those chain plates are up against the hull, so it was cutting off the oxygen to the backside of the chain plates, and so it actually rusts and caused rust streaks on my boat. Now there's different kinds of stainless steel. The common ones are stainless 304, and 304 rusts pretty good. And then there's stainless 316, which is surgical steel, and it doesn't rust as bad, probably hardly at all. So I found a way to clean it, clean the rust stains, and so I have this stuff. And this is what I use to clean stainless. And it's called Barkeeper's Friend. And since 1882, so it's been around a long time, and it works really good. And you can use it on all kinds of metals. They don't recommend using it on gold or silver, but let me see here. Okay, it says works great on stainless steel sinks. So stainless steel, porcelain, ceramic, copper, brass, fiberglass, corian, chrome, and aluminum. So you can use this on fiberglass as long as it's not real. I would think if it's real buffed out fiberglass, you probably wouldn't want to use it on that. It contains oxalic acid and a anionic surfactant. So it's basically acid, and that's why it cleans so well. So it's very acidic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in this little cup thing that I made out of a water bottle. And it's pretty windy out here, so I don't know. Just going to go flying. So I just have a bottle with some tap water in it. Just going to put a little bit in here. Not too much, just to make a paste. And mix it up a little bit. And hopefully this should work. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of got a little rust look to it. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit on here so you can see what it does. And this stuff usually works really good, and it cleans up pretty fast. So let's see what we can do. I don't want to get it on my life preserver thing here. I'm just going to be real careful and just kind of get this one side here, because this shows pretty good in the sunlight. So Okay, I'm just going to let that sit on there for a minute. I'm going to rinse it off and see if we can see a difference. I see another spot down here that looks a little rustier that I'll try next. So now I'm just going to take this water, just rinse it off. And I don't know if you can see, but down in here, this nut right here, retaining nut, cleaned up pretty good. So it's kind of had a rust color, and also the threads here look pretty good. But I'm going to try another spot down here. I don't know if you can see, but it did clean some of that rust off. There's rust on the fiberglass here, and then the bolt, and back in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and see what this does here. See if I can get it removed from the fiberglass. This, I think it works better if you wet the surface and then sprinkle the dry powder on than doing it the way I'm doing it here, but it's really windy, so I don't want this stuff blowing everywhere. Okay, you can see just below those two pins, the left side is rusty and the right side is shiny, so it cleaned it up pretty good. Looks good. So this stuff works really well. And it's easy to use. You don't have to scrub forever on it. It's, just put a little on and rub it in with the toothbrush, scrub it in, and then I'd let it set for a few minutes and then rinse it off. That's all you got to do. It's real simple. And you can see where my bobstay, that's that cable, attaches to that fitting right above the water line. You can see how rusty that is because the bow was underwater some when I moved the boat from San Leandro to Alameda, and so it got salt water on it, and I got a lot of heavy stuff stored up forward. Plus, I got 300 feet of anchor chain in the bow, so it's real heavy. And normally this would float a little higher in the water up here in the front and a little lower in the back, but I got some stuff stored forward, so that needs to be cleaned, and it'll clean it right off. You can see the fiberglass on the hull's rusty, and so yeah, that stuff will clean it right up, not a problem. And here on my bowsprit, again, you can see the rust. You can see the rust on the wood on the bowsprit from that band that goes around. So that's where the oxygen was cut off. And so all of this needs to be cleaned up as well and polished. And then back here you can see same thing. So you can see that retaining nut there on top of the turnbuckle. It's rusty. And the threads there are rusty. So all of this needs to be cleaned up, and then again you can see this here, and you can see how rusty this side is, and in comparison to where I cleaned on the other side, how it cleaned it right up and made it real shiny. So this looks good. So if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please like and subscribe.